Hey there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, with a very frugal Christmas ornament or gift topper idea for you. The cool thing about these little three-dimensional star snowflake ornaments is that all you need to make it is a 6x6 piece of double-sided paper. So that means you can get 4 ornaments out of one of these double-sided pieces of paper. I wanted to show you this collection because it's really pretty. It's from Oriental Trading Company and it's called The Gift of Music. It goes really well with their Songs of Christmas clear stamps that I showed you the other day, and I'll have a link to this paper pack below the video so you can check it out. But you get like 15 sheets, I think, for about $5, somewhere around there. It's not very expensive, so you can certainly make a lot of these ornaments. And a double-sided paper works great, just the right weight for this and everything. So what you want to do is cut your 6x6 piece of paper. You want to cut 1/2 inch by 6 inch strips. And then we're going to take 3 of those strips and we're going to lay them down on our gridded craft mat. Now you don't have to use a gridded craft mat, but I recommend it if you have one because it's just a little easier to center things up. So you want to have your first 3 strips down with the same side facing up, and then I'm just using a piece of masking tape to secure them to my mat. And I have them, I'm kind of working in the 6x6 grid to help me kind of know where I'm going so I don't have my strips glued on lopsidedly. And then with the other strips, you're going to use the opposite side facing up and you're going to weave them, kind of like how you would do, those old-fashioned valentines. So what I'm going to do is put some glue on the 2 outer strips. I just did a little spinny thing there to keep from getting glue strings. And then you're going to stick that in the glue. You have to work kind of quick if you're using hot glue, so if you don't want to do that, then you can go ahead and use white glue. And get my second strip on there. Of course, I'm going the opposite for weaving here. I'm going to put just a little dab in the middle here, just to help things stay nice and secure. And then I'm going to put some glue under the strips on the end. It'll just help it be very sturdy when we go on to our next step. And if you need to pause or refer to the video again, feel free. That's what's great about videos, is that you can always come back to them if you get confused. Alright, we're going to lift up this middle strip and put this last one in. So it's just a basic weave. Probably a little too much glue there. You don't need too much glue, just need to make sure it'll stay hot enough for you while you slide those strips into place and try to keep them centered. A little bit of glue seepage isn't going to be a big deal. What I like to do, because I have asbestos hands, is I'll just wipe it off with my fingers. Probably not the best recommendation, but it works for me. Alright, so after that's dry, I actually like to put a little bit of glue under these 2 tails here, just to make sure they're not going anywhere. That's a painter's masking tape, by the way. It's a little bit lower tack, so it doesn't whip your paper. But if you don't have that and you want to use masking tape, just stick it on your sweater a couple times, and that will take some of the sticky away. Alright, so now you have this. You need to make 2 of these. So do the same thing we just did over again. Then you're going to take the 2 corner pieces and you're going to twist them and glue them together like that so they point out. What you don't want to do, you don't want to do it like that so they point in, or it's not going to work. You got to do it under so they point out. That's, I think, about the only place you're going to get confused. That, like if you twist them up instead of under. And you're going to go around and do that on every corner. This is one of those projects where you could cut a bunch of these up ahead of time, sit down in front of the TV where you're watching your favorite show or your husband's watching baseball. Does your husband have a Red Sox beard? Well, maybe that's just a New England thing. My husband's got the Red Sox beard going on. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the last time he had a beard, it was red, and now it's a little gray. I don't think he's very thrilled with that. He says if the Red Sox keep playing, he's going to have to go get some Just for Men and color the rest of it. Old graybeard. I shouldn't laugh. I can't help it though. Alright, so we got this, and voila, power of YouTube, I got another one made right here. Alright, so then what you want to do is set the 2 pieces atop each other so that you have the sticky outy bits touching each other like that. And then take all of the pieces that are not hooked to anything and thread them up through the top piece. Can you see where we're going here now? It's starting to look like a three-dimensional snowflake. I love this because it takes so little paper too. All right, you can make big ones. You know, just take a 12 by 12 piece of paper and cut it into 1-inch strips. That'd be pretty, wouldn't it? That'd be a beautiful decoration. All right, so then this is another important tip. Figure out about how much you want the strips to overhang. You can make them really puffy by pulling the strips out further, or you can make them just slightly puffy by kind of letting them lay flat here. I'm gonna let about 1/4 of an inch overhang on each side. And then basically all you got to do is put a little glue on the tip of your puffy part and push the strip into it. Just hold it for a second and keep that strip centered if you can. And just make sure that what you do to one side, you do to the other. You're going to leave the same amount of overhang on this side and for all the other strips, and that will give us a nice symmetrical snowflake. And don't worry if you have any glue seeping out like that, because you can trim that right off. Just don't burn yourself. Don't burn your hands off. I haven't said that in a long time. Oh my gosh, it was like my catchphrase. What a bizarre catchphrase to have. Oh my goodness. Here we go. We're going around. I don't know if any of you guys heard about the big comment that Martha Stewart made in an interview about bloggers not being experts, and oh, there's all this uproar. I find it quite hilarious. People do love to be outraged, don't they? All right, now I flipped it over and I'm going to put these strips through here. I never claimed to be an expert. I'm not offended. And there. Now we're going to do the same thing and glue this going around. But I guess some people are put quite out by her comment. It was a Bloomberg interview, and it was actually out of context. So who knows what she had been talking about for the 5 minutes previous to when they got that soundbite. It's quite funny though, and what's really hilarious is that all the people that are mad at her that think she's just totally off the mark and being mean have just given her all this free publicity. You know, there's probably no such thing as bad publicity. You know, when you're in a magazine industry or media industry, I mean, really, you're helping her even if you're mad at her. It's quite funny and ironic. All right, so now we've got this nice and sturdy. What we're going to do is trim off the tips here. Sometimes even come right out and say, I'm not an expert. Try this at your own risk. I don't know exactly. This is the first time I've done this, but I thought I'd make a video. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, I could totally see why she made that comment. She's probably been watching my channel. That's totally probably it too. Martha Stewart sitting in her house at Turkey Farm, checking out my blog, thinking, oh my gosh, what is this girl doing? Oh, I hope she doesn't say she likes me. Oh my gosh. It's not the publicity I want. Oh, love Martha. All right, look, we're almost done this. Doesn't take too long to do. You'll get quicker as you go. And really all you have to do to finish it off is add a pretty ribbon to hang it with, or put it on top of a present. It'd be really pretty with these traditional papers if you just wrapped your presents in plain craft paper and then put these on top, maybe with some like raffia or something around there. It'd be just lovely and a perfect way to finish off a Christmas gift. If you like this video, even though I'm not an expert, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments section and I will get back to you. I want to thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.